You know, when selling a business, there's a key to the timing on when to tell employees and really share the businesses for sale. There's a lot of key points you want to think about as you go through that process. The big picture is keeping everything confidential with the best interests of both the buyer and the seller. As a broker and working with the seller, we really want to make sure that for the business's sake, that the word doesn't get out to the marketplace, to employees that a business is for sale. So we don't put a big balloon on top of your business and say, hey, the business is for sale. We have a systematic process to make sure we're doing things properly and keeping things confidential. If there's a gap between when an employee finds out a business is for sale and when the actual closing happens, there's a lot of confusion that can come into play. So you really want to tighten that gap, and you really want to let the employees know that it's been sold when it's just that, when it's been sold. That way they can see the buyer in place, everything they said they were going to do is happening right then and there. There's no question whether or not the employee has a job or is going to have the same pay or the same benefits. Confidentiality also is very interesting from the buyer's perspective because they want to talk to the employees and really kind of find out if they're going to stay. But again, waiting till that last moment is in the best interest for both buyer and seller. If you look at the perspective of employees, really they're most interested in what's in it for them, right? Do they have the same pay? Will they have the same benefits, same job responsibilities? As long as most of the time if that's in play, they'll feel good. When there's a gap between when they hear the business is for sale and when the sale goes down, their mind can kind of wander. They can question whether those things are going to happen. There are times where you don't necessarily need to keep things confidential for a key employee. If there's maybe a general manager or an office manager, somebody similar to that, you could bring them into the fold at the right point in time, get their agreement to stay, maybe there's a contract in play, or maybe even a buyer might offer them equity in the company to help them stay on board.